Hello and welcome back to the Gallant Goblin Plays Pathfinder 2nd Edition Troubles in Otari. How are y'all doing tonight?
Great.
Doing great.
Can we talk about how good the leftovers is?
I mean, turkey tostadas the day after Thanksgiving, family tradition, the best.
No, not that left. Benji, what is your favorite TV show?
HBO's The Leftovers.
Oh my god. Why isn't Damon Lindelof working on anything else right now, right?
It's truly a shame.
I think, so he did Lost.
Right.
He did The Leftovers.
Yep.
He did Watchmen, which was also
That one was really good.
amazing.
I didn't realize that.
One
That one was
episode,
really
one
good.
season. And as far as I know, he doesn't have anything else in the works.
I don't mind the picky and choosiness of it, though, because it makes me excited for whatever they're signed up for next.
Okay, when you're recommending The Leftovers to others, like I proselytize the show to everyone I meet. I'm trying to get Grady to watch it too. Do you feel it necessary to tell them, like, stick with it for 6 episodes?
What I'll say is I do say that about certain, like I do feel that way about certain things. I didn't feel that way about Leftovers. If I remember correctly, I do think it maybe takes an episode or two to like understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I can't say enough. You should definitely stick with it just because it's the best TV show I've ever seen.
It is the best TV show that's ever been produced.
Yeah.
This is for like one thing too. It is only like 30 episodes long for the
Yeah.
entire series.
3 seasons.
It's 3 seasons,
that's
like
not
10
bad.
episodes each.
Yeah.
Each season is better than the last.
Yes.
Each episode is better than the last.
That's good.
But I feel like the problem I had with the very first few episodes, to me, was not really knowing who the core characters were.
Yeah.
And so who to pay attention to, because there were a lot of characters.
Yep. But then you start to realize, like, people who were in The Leftovers at the time are like just now starting to like get like a nice acting career, like they nailed it. And I mean they had some like the main character Justin Theroux.
Justin Theroux.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's very good. He was
Justin
married to I
He's
believe
great.
Jennifer Aniston at the time.
At the time, they are no longer married.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He's the main character, one of the main characters. He's very good. Can't say
Very
enough. I mean, we could,
attractive
if we want to start a separate.
We're going to
thing-
start a separate podcast.
Yeah.
Leftovers. We're going to watch each episode and do. Oh, we can do a commentary track
Oh,
where we just
yes.
comment like, as we watch it. People can play it and synchronize it to their show.
Listen.
Should be
Stuart-
called Thanksgiving. That's what I'm saying. And then, you know,
Call it Thanksgiving.
Stuart's
you have
got
the
it.
leftovers.
If you want to
And
do
we
it,
can
I'd
have-
do it. I would do it.
Okay, we'll get at least the 3 of us because you haven't seen it, so we
No, I
have a
haven't
new
seen it. It'd
perspective.
be perfect. Yeah.
The 2 of us.
Sounds great.
But I'm sure Justin wouldn't mind sitting in on an
Yeah,
episode
and we'll
or
make
2.
Grady watch it with us too.
Grady watching with us too. All right, so that's our next podcast.
Grady.
That show gives me so many feels.
I'm so glad.
Literally, like 3 days ago, I turned on the soundtrack just because I needed to feel alive.
This is what I need. Cue it up.
Some people use drugs.
I feel like we shouldn't.
Theo
we
uses
it's
the
important to say that
soundtrack.
HBO is not sponsoring
Yes.
anything about this, but
Yes.
we do
That's
it.
right, but HBO.
Give me a call.
Call
Houston
Brady.
area.
Oh, God, though, the places that show goes. Anyway, Pathfinder also gives me feels.
About the many feels that are happening with Blue Finley.
Blue Finley, everything was going pretty swimmingly with Blue Finley.
I feel like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until a Goblin Gold winning pun happened. And, but I took it a lot better than Blue Finley did.
Oh, Blue Finley is pissed.
This is someone who has gone through some trauma, who something is keeping them from moving on to Pharasma's Boneyard. And I think you'll probably have a sense now of what is holding this person to this realm. Yes? Do y'all have a sense of what's keeping them here?
I nor Corwin have any idea.
My read of it, I guess Brash's read of it is just in terms of, unfinished business, a sense of wanting to adventure but never being able to, sort of a life cut short.
I'd say kind of the guilt of a promise they believe they've made to somebody else. That they promised to do something and it didn't come to fruition.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Or
I think they have a special thing. Like an
There's
item or
also
something.
there's a specific item too as well. Yes.
it's just a dumb ghost.
Oh, Lordy.
Corwin, darling, what did we talk about? Taking perspective of others.
Just like, it's a ghost. It's dumb. And I'm not scared of it.
Totally not scared of it. You're such a brave, brave boy.
Speaking of the Goblin Gold, at the very end of the session, because I completely forgot to do it ahead of time, we gave y'all the new cards, new hero point cards. Do you want to keep your card this session or trade it in for a new one?
I am going to request a trade-in.
Okay.
Trade in.
Trade in, trade in.
I think I'm going to keep mine, actually.
I'm going to keep both of mine.
Just...
Both of mine for that.
Yeah,
episode.
we
Both
did
of
it.
them.
Oh, no, you only get one because you have to use it that session. No, I'll let you keep two because I didn't give it to you the last 2 minutes.
Okay,
So you can keep both of yours this time. But yeah, keep in mind at the end, if you don't use them, you lose them.
Great.
All right, so we're going to
Just
give
have
you
to earn another one, I guess. How many Goblin Golds has Brash earned?
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know.
How many characters has this Goblin Gold killed because of the way he earns them?
It's true.
Okay.
It's a very good point.
Oh.
To that end, I think that the way we ended last session, Blue Finley screaming in your face, I think I need everyone to roll me a will save.
Will
As this
We'll save.
ethereal, guttural cry comes from them, and you feel this. Suddenly, the room just gets frigid.
I'm very happy.
You see almost like the windows, the condensation on the windows begins to form, and you can feel this shiver down your spine as the temperature was rising in here, and suddenly it gets very frigid.
I can see
The
my
blue
breath
hue
does.
in the room starts to get a little bit more blue. So let's go through. Why don't we start with Gana? What is your will save there?
22.
Okay. And what about Norris?
Norris feels unaffected with a 24.
Damn.
You're so confident in that.
I'm confident around
So
the undead.
confident.
And,
All right.
You know, if I'm reading this correctly, I'm coming in with an 8.
Okay.
So that's just.
You got your reading glasses.
Yeah. No.
Goblin Gold?
Yeah. No. That's an 8. That's an 8. Yeah.
We're gonna have another conversation about reading glasses sometime. And
Hey,
Oh.
don't mess with my bifocals.
Corwin also feeling unaffected with the 15.
15. Okay.
At least he's gonna act like he's unaffected.
DC 21.
All right.
Those of you who
You know
did
what?
fail,
We saw it coming.
Two of
we
you.
saw it coming.
You were
in
the
your
only one
face,
In my
trying to
face.
be nice.
To the face, at disadvantage.
you gained the Frightened 2 condition.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
2?
Don't even.
So, what Frightened means in this game, you don't have to run away.
Okay.
But you do have a status penalty equal to the value of your Frightened condition on all your checks and DCs.
Oh, wow.
So
Not
you-
attack rolls, but DC saves, or DCs and,
Well, I think attack rolls are checks.
Oh, okay.
if I'm not
I
mistaken.
think if you look it up in Hero
I
Lab,
was gonna
frightened
say-
is a condition.
Yeah,
So
if you're
I
already
have-
using Hero Lab, you can't check it off on there.
I did add it into Hero Lab. Shout out Hero Lab. So I should. My rolls will reflect that. I'll say that.
Yeah. So Frightened 2. Oh wait, 21. There's nobody critically failed, so you're fine.
That's good.
And so let's pick it up in this moment as they scream this at you about you. How dare you mock them and mock their pain? I'll let you react to that. So
so we're not having
this
to,
moan, this terrible moan just comes out of them. Yeah.
but not attacking per se,
No.
just a very scary moan.
Just it's anger, this primal anger.
Can I use some form of perception roll to determine whether or not, because Corwin is already scared of ghosts, and with 2 down on frightened, like I feel like it is definitely at this very moment for Corwin fight or flight. So I think I'm either ready to attack or run, but I think I'd like to leave it up to the die.
The dice.
If that's okay.
Well, kind of, if you want to, yeah. And then why don't you roll it, and then we can see how everybody responds to that. So,
Okay.
Because they'll probably see you having this reaction, and the two
Yeah,
of you
yeah,
especially
yeah.
are not frightened. You are able to.
We saw the writing on the wall.
Yeah, you saw this coming, and you're not surprised. You're able to kind of withstand this ethereal yell. Okay, so go ahead and make your decision here. Well, they're pretty dispel dice.
That's a 24 perception.
Okay, so what were you basing on? You're saying flight or flight?
Fight or flight.
So what does that roll mean then?
I would say, like, my instinct with a ghost screaming in my face that I'm already scared, I'm gonna run.
Okay. So turn around. Where are you? Have y'all?
I'm in the back. Yeah, I'm just directly behind him. I was feigning being brave, but I was just hiding behind Brash.
So just kind of run down the hallway.
Yeah, just gonna turn tail.
Go hide behind Ollie's wings.
Yeah.
Okay. So Corwin just turns around, runs down the hallway, go back into the kitchen where you spent the night, where it's safe. What do y'all do?
I would like to use. I think I would like to use this.
Okay.
It's my hero point card. Little flash of insight. So it's telling me I get automatic knowledge for any one skill. So I just want to know more about Blue Finley as a. I'll give you my goblin goal as well.
Just play at the start of your turn. Yeah. Until the end of your turn, you gain automatic knowledge, core rulebook 258, for any one skill.
Yeah.
I'll have to look what that is. If you already have automatic knowledge, well, let's look up automatic knowledge to make sure that we know exactly what that means, because I have never heard of it.
Yeah, me neither.
Pathfinder 2.
Well.
But I want to know more about Blue Finley and Blue Finley's
ghosty abilities?
Like status as a ghost. Yeah, like what type of ghost they are. Like all these, I just want more information. And I know I'm not going to have any sort of skill in occultism or anything else, so I want to...
So let's look up automatic knowledge. This is a feat it's a general skill feat that you can take at second level. And it says that the prerequisites are that you are an expert in a skill with the recall knowledge action.
Okay.
And you have assurance in that skill.
Great.
So assurance, well, we'll talk about assurance later. But it says you know basic facts off the top of your head. Choose a skill that you're an expert in that has the recall knowledge action for which you have the assurance feat. You can use the recall knowledge action, blah, blah. You can select, blah, 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 blah. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
Essentially,
Pathfinder.
You can use recall knowledge
actions.
Oh, so it basically gives you, it's basically a free action. Normally it takes an action to do a recall knowledge check. Okay. This makes it a free action. And assurance, I believe, means that you don't roll necessarily. You just assume that you got a 10 on your roll. So choose a skill you're at, and you instead of receive a result of 10 plus your proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll just say that you kind of are able to get some basic knowledge of what this creature is, and so maybe we can say that you had. Where do you think you might have learned a little bit about ghosts in the gladiatorial?
Yeah, I mean, I think hearing stories and also ghosts haunted the locker rooms of the gladiator pits. Look, the gladiators got to get ready. We got dressing rooms as well. All right, there's plenty of places where we have to get out. We have to put on a show.
I want to hear Brash.
So
I don't want to.
Well, I could tell you about my days in the gladiator pits for sure. And let me tell you, they used to call it the green room, and then I had one specific my dressing room, and then I would go to the green room. But needless to say, all these poor souls who did perish in the pits, they sometimes they had unfinished business, and they found themselves in these areas, under the arena where I would spend time, and I came to know many of them. Plenty of fine, wonderful ladies and gentlemen, and those beyond the gender binary were there. So it was very wonderful, my time there. So I'd say I gained some knowledge on ghosts in that period.
Corwin's run away and cannot stop only hears this down the hallway and is just on top of being frightened, just like, damn it.
We already know that Stuart is everybody's favorite, so just giving him more stage time in the spotlight.
That's right. I was here to soak it in,
Brash loves it.
So, what you do know about ghosts is that they do have different alignments. Some, they're usually held here for unfinished business, as you know. They're not all evil. They can possess people when they feel the need to.
Okay.
You do get the sense that this is not a malevolent ghost. It is not necessarily a benevolent ghost either.
Yeah.
It is a ghost. It is incorporeal. It is undead. It is a spirit. But that this, and just kind of your flash of insight too, not just of its what type of creature it is, but you do get the sense too that this is someone who wasn't listened to, wasn't paid attention to, never felt like they amounted to anything.
Okay.
Sure. And that as long as you don't provoke it, it's probably not necessarily going to attack you. It doesn't seem to be the type. Like, you think that maybe if push comes to shove, it would prefer to get away rather than engage in anything that would result in harm. Like, it seems like it doesn't necessarily have it in it to cause harm to anything else necessarily.
Yeah, gotcha.
But it does have ghost traits, and yeah. And it is being kept away from Pharasma's Boneyard, from its unkept business, which is often tied to either something that it needs to do or a particular object, something along those lines.
So I'll sort of, with that kind of, as I get scared, I try to revisit my training of, okay, what's in front of me, what's happening, and I'm like, okay, it's a ghost. I know ghosts. I've met them before, that sort of thing. So I'll sort of say, Finley, we don't mean to mock you here. Obviously, Corwin is again, he's a bit immature, but we would certainly love to. Are you ever tired? I mean, don't you want some form of rest? We would love to help you just rest your soul and your spirit and rest easy. What can we do to help you do that?
Were you gonna say rest your bones?
Well, bones wouldn't quite be applicable here.
Okay, they're probably at the bottom of the ocean.
You see their head. They're standing in the hallway where Corwin was, watching Corwin run down the hallway, and just running into the kitchen, slamming the door behind them, I imagine.
Peeking out the door, like Corwin's just like looking out the kitchen, just like, what's going on there?
And you each feel a chill as it just slowly begins to levitate backwards through you.
Oh.
And you feel them pass through you, and that shiver comes past you, and they go back into the room, and you feel another sigh, and again the shutters begin to shake as they sigh, and I don't know how to help me. Don't know.
What's this object you speak of, my friend?
What did she give you, Finley?
What did she hand over?
Do you even really care?
Absolutely, my dear.
It's the whole reason I came.
No one's...
Finley, if we are going to be in this building together, we want to make sure we're happy with one another. Or at least content. We want to make sure you are okay. We cannot help you if you do not want the help, but we are here to help.
My grandmother, when she didn't return, bequeathed me her sword. Her traveling companions brought back her equipment, her armor, and her sword, and whatever survived. And in her will, she left it to me, and she wanted me to one day join the Pathfinder Society and follow in her footsteps and be a hero like she was and help people. And so I had the sword, and I didn't have any training. I didn't have any other equipment to start my journey. I didn't have friends like you have. I just had the sword, and I knew that wasn't enough, and so I came to work to try to, meet people who wanted to do the same, or at least earn enough money to buy the equipment to go out into the Starstone Isle, or travel to Varesia or someplace and meet people. And so all I had was the sword, and now I can't even do anything with that. I can't even pick it up.
Finley, darling, you might not be able to hold the sword, but you could still help us.
I don't see how. I can't touch anything. I can't even leave this camp.
But
I'm not helpful to anybody.
But that little boy you just ran away, he can do so much with that sword. Could you help him get the sword?
Why does it have to be him? He doesn't even...
I mean, technically it could be Brash or no.
Why, it could be me. I mean,
it could be Brash.
I've used a sword or two in my day.
Is it a very big sword?
Are you Pathfinders?
Not yet.
Are you adventurers?
I'm trying.
Well, of course.
We just want
What would you
To do
use this
things.
sword for?
so much if I could, but I don't think it's probably a little too big for me. I'm better at helping. And I help my friend Brash, and he's good with swords.
That's right. Why, I would use the sword to discover more unknown parts of the world and generally adventure and be on my way.
And he
To make memories and legends of that sword.
Can even name it after you. Finley's Might.
No, don't name it after me.
What was your grandma's name?
Her name was Beatrice Champagne.
The Champagne sword. It sounds beautiful. I could see
You
it's...
think you could put it to good use?
Why, of course.
He would. He's already protected us, and well, Ollie told us about some spiders, and he would have really needed a sword at that point to keep us going. Can you help us?
I think if you could at least carry on her name, that I didn't get to do. And it's there, and a little bit of her hand kind of leaves her body and floats across the room to one of the corners and down into the floor. And they say, it's there. If you can put it to good use the way I couldn't, I think that would make her happy. I think it would make me content.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over and try to, search for it and try to. Is it under the floorboards?
You go down there and you can see there's a bit of a loose floorboard.
Okay,
and you
yeah.
can kind of pull
Yeah,
off
I'll
some
pull
of
it
the
up.
piece of the wood.
And bring it out and sort of standing next to the bed here, kind of unsheath it, say, "Oh my goodness, this is a gorgeous piece of work." And I'll kind of look at it, admire it, and then sheath it and say, "Finley, thank you, my friend."
And you turn around and Finley's no longer there.
Oh, I was gonna go up to her.
I just kind of trail off at that point. "Thank you, my friend." And then see that they've
You hear
disappeared. And is the room no longer
I was
gold?
say, is the room still blue?
the blue begins to kind of slowly fade. You do get a sense of, you can kind of see a little bit of that blue energy just kind of still there, just a little bit, like smoke from a candle you just blew out.
Oh, I'm
And it's
definitely
just
yelling
starting
out.
to dissipate.
Thank you, Finley. You're so helpful. You're going to start so many more stories.
Sweet. And yeah, I'm putting this thing on my, I'm fastening it to my waist. I'm taking it out of the sheath,
So let me tell you what it looks like.
Norris,
There's
darling,
all-
go get Corwin.
You also found a leather pouch under the floorboards.
Oh, sweet.
Oh.
So the sword itself,
Is it in here? Or...
I'll tell you in a moment.
Okay.
Once you, we'll have to talk about identifying objects. But you see a faint. It's a regular iron sword, and it has a faint, delicate etching of lightning traced across the blade.
Metal.
Hey.
And it feels cold to the touch.
This is sweet. I got little thunder and big lightning.
I
That's
know.
what I got
Apparently
going
what's
for me.
happening over here.
So let's figure out about identifying magical items. And I'm trying to. I think I looked this up
think
before,
as-
but it was weeks ago. So
Arcane?
it used to be spellcraft, but I don't
It
think
used
that's
to be spellcraft, but I don't think
Identify
it is
magic.
two.
So, okay, once you discover that an item is magic, does anybody have detect magic?
Detect match. Boom.
You do have it?
That one does.
Okay, so yeah, you detect magic here.
Lucky husband.
Yes.
You can spend 10 minutes to try to identify the particulars of its magic. So I assume that's what you want to do.
Yep. I'll
And
grasp the
there's a
sword
DC. So for this particular item, let me check what...
I don't get it. It's just a dumb sword.
I'm gonna go to Corwin and be like, Corwin, darling.
It's just
Stop.
Sword.
so
Darling,
salty.
Look at me. It's okay.
Dumb.
Which magical traditions are you proficient in?
You
Or
can't
trained
even
in?
use a big sword.
So
You
the
use
arcane,
a
divine,
mace.
occult, and primal.
Corwin, darling.
I mean, I have
It's
trained
okay
religion.
to
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Arcana, Religion, Occultism, and Nature.
I'm just saying,
Religion.
if he's
Okay.
not going to use it, I don't know why he's going to waste just holding on to
Well,
it.
let's find out some information. We'll see who's going to use it. Now, what have we talked about being kind to others? What did we say?
It's good to be kind to others.
And were you
if
kind
weren't
to
so
Finley?
scared.
I wasn't scared. We were both scared.
Brash.
You were also scared, let's be fair.
I am actually
Just because some of
actively
us
terrified.
know how to be frightened.
And the frighten does wear off in 2 rounds.
Okay, good. So I
that's
can.
how long
So
it
you know
takes.
what-
It's reasonable to assume that I can take that off.
It's just like,
Yeah.
whatever. It's alright. Fine, tell us what it does.
So this you can generally use any of those skills unless an item is of a specific arcane tradition.
Okay.
And this one's not necessarily. So you can use Arcana, Religion, Occultism, or Nature. It's my understanding.
It is cocked.
I was about to say, what is
These
that?
out.
Take your other dice out.
It landed next to a D100. So that's going to be a 19.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nice.
All right. So, what this item is a level 3 item.
Oh, okay.
It is a +1 cold iron short sword.
Ooh.
Sweet.
And it has a name. I'll tell you the name in a minute. We'll see if it's in there. I'm not sure if it is. Because I think this might be particular to this adventure, and I don't know if this one's in there or not. It probably is, though. And once per day, you can spend 1 action to point this blade at a foe within 30 feet of you and shoot an arc of lightning from the blade. And the lightning can leap from your chosen foe to another creature you choose within 30 feet, dealing 2d4 plus 4 electricity damage to each creature. DC 19 basic reflex save.
2d4 plus 4. Plus 4. Oh, man.
Corwin under his breath is just like, sweet barley brew, that's good.
It's called Spark Blade.
It's as if
Spark
it came.
blade, okay.
It's as if it came from Caden Kalian himself.
But are you keeping the name Spark Blade, or did y'all decide to give it a different name?
I do think we wanna name it after Beatrice. You know.
I think it should be the champagne sword.
Yeah. I like champagne too. That's a good. Is that how that's
It
pronounced?
doesn't need a name. It's just a sword.
Champagne.
Champagne.
The
If we're gonna be French, champagne.
Forgive me, French fans.
the blade of champagne.
Ooh.
The blade of champagne.
There you go.
I think Kate and Kalian would enjoy having a sword named after a wine.
Is Spark Blade in there? Is it listed?
It is. It is not.
We can figure it out. We can always create it in there if we need to.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna create just.
It's a once a
custom
day
melee.
for that?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, like as part of identifying, I'd be like, blast the wall with it, but I don't want to waste it.
Yeah, Spark Blades. We'll find it further if you can't, if it's not in there. But otherwise, it does function as a +1 cold iron short sword.
Great.
Just like, I mean, some of us have like a draconic electric, background. It's just like, it might be better.
Who's that? I've never seen nobody around here.
I mean, you don't know about my history, Brash.
That's
You
true.
don't know. You don't know.
You also
Maybe
gain-
I am half dragon. You don't know.
When I rage,
We're talking about Benji or.
When I rage.
When I rage next, you are the person who will be in front of me.
No, I'm
what I was
interested to hear.
expecting.
I'm interested to hear.
I'm going to kill you.
And take your sword.
I like it. Personally, I like it.
Also, when I rage,
I think that was Benji talking and not Corwin.
I think it was Benji.
electricity comes around my body.
Wait, is it really?
And I will kill you with it.
Well, hey,
That was definitely
it was
fun.
very kind of you to warn me. I appreciate that. That comes from our.
I'm gonna
That's
get
good.
that sword.
I'm coming with that too.
You also get
You're
60
next.
experience points for
Hey,
sending Finley to the boneyard.
Making our way.
Making
Downtown.
our way downtown,
level
walking
3.
fast. Faces
60
past
points
and
in.
home down.
I'm level 3 bound.
Spark Blade's worth 70 gold pieces.
Ooh.
It's not that much.
More than you've ever seen.
I mean,
Corwin, bitter.
Stupid sword, anyway.
Corwin, darling, what have we
It's a
talked
short
about
sword.
holding
Dumb
on
little
to
Not even a
Short
long
anger?
sword.
Not even a long sword.
Corwin.
It's rage. It's rage.
It is rage, but it's not time to rage now, is it?
Useful. It's useful to me.
So that's also a 30-foot emanation. So was there anything else in this room that had a magical ping?
Oh
to
yeah, I
it?
want to see what's in the leather pouch.
Yeah, you open up the leather pouch and you find 120 silver pieces.
Woo!
Not magical. Still good.
For all the vendors.
The magic of money.
30,
Yeah. Nothing else magical in the room.
30 each, guys.
And Blue Finley's been put to rest.
Sweet. That was very satisfying.
I'm going to clean up the room, but we do not use this room. This is still Blue Finley's room.
I
Yeah, I
agree.
appreciate that. Out of respect, pour one out.
Seems like a waste of a room.
Corwin.
Cool. You're going to sleep here in the ghost room?
That's a good point.
You know,
No, I'm just pointing out it's a waste of a room.
yeah.
I guess I'm gonna sleep in the kitchen again. I like the fire.
So this room had this room had a sign on it, right? Like Finley's
It
room,
said
do not
stay
open.
out.
So I say we maintain that sign, and I'll just place one of my stones in front of the door, and we can just keep it shut.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
There we go.
All right, let's go cruise through these other
Is there
rooms.
the
You know,
next
it's
room?
What else is in this place?
I know.
I say we finish the main building before we
Before
Yeah,
we go to
yeah,
the
that's
other
what we
ones. Sounds
just
like a plan.
clockwise.
I'll cruise right over here. I'll open up this door. See,
I'll be next.
this is how it's done. Let me show you how to clear a room with
Short
my new weapon. And I'll like.
Alex says a short of arms as Ganad does sometimes.
Yeah.
The blade of champagne.
I'll pull out the
I was trying to
blade
make
of
like
champagne and
a
and go
champagne
in here,
thunder lightning combination. I just couldn't
I
come
know,
up with it.
it's-
I was like
that's too much.
champ thunder or something.
Ooh, I like that.
Thunder.
It's just
Theo, can I take the
we call this champ thunder.
Champ Thunder?
Let me.
Here we go.
Oh, my thing is backwards. And it is that room you're opening there. That's what I thought. I believe this is just another one of the other bedrooms. Nothing necessarily of note inside.
Dibs.
just a
The one right next door to
quick-
Finley's room.
Yeah.
quick detect magic just to confirm whilst in the room, so in case there's any barriers.
Do you detect magic around the room and you don't get any ping?
I'm gonna
Okay,
look.
this one's safe
how,
for you.
What is the range of your thing, by the way? I should find out.
30 feet emanation.
30 feet of emanation?
I'm gonna go in and look for any like secret-y compartments. Since we saw it, like a
true.
loose floorboard
Yeah.
in Blue Finley's room, I want to look for any more.
Thanks for doing that, Ganab, but if you find anything, I call dibs in this room.
Yeah. So it
After
just
me, dear.
pulses
Finders
out from me in
keepers.
30 feet. It doesn't go through.
Finders keepers is a good rule.
Yeah, I was checking that myself. It's kind of all the way detect magic works in here. It's another pulse.
Yeah.
You just detect the presence or absence of magic. And
I ignore the ongoing effects of Champ Thunder, Blade of Champagne.
yeah, anything you're already aware of. Yeah.
Oh man, I saw Cursed Child on Broadway last week,
Oh.
and the magic,
Yeah.
the stage magic, some of it is just like mind blowing. When they traveled through time, small spoiler.
Spoilers.
Small
Spoilers. Spoilers.
Spoilers?
Wait.
All I'll say is they make like reality shift, and it looks like reality is really bending, and of course it's like lights and sound, and
Yeah.
it's so amazing. Like I could have just watched them do that, and it would have been so cool.
That's sick.
I want to
Like,
see
I
it.
want to know the technical
I
aspects
really-
Where did you see it?
On Broadway.
I'm proud.
Is it traveling? It is, isn't it?
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's just in New York and West End, but they did condense it down to one show instead of having to go see a matinee and a
And
evening.
evening
So
show?
it's like a 3.5 hour show, but very good.
That's good.
I'm saying if it does go,
It'll travel
we'll
eventually.
get it.
Grady and I are traveling to GaryCon up in Wisconsin this year because that's where Satine's getting married, and
Oh,
Satine
nice.
and Jameson are going to do they're already married, but they're going to do like their
Celebration.
public celebration. So we're going to try to go to that, and while we're in Chicago, we think we might go see the Moulin Rouge musical, which I didn't even realize was a
We
musical.
almost saw that.
Really?
We almost saw that. It's supposed to be
I know.
amazing.
I love the movie.
I'm
and
mad
so
I didn't see it yet. I will though.
I think we're going to go see that while we're in Chicago.
Yeah.
We need to get that. Grady.
Grady.
Grady's actually not even in the room anymore. He's downstairs.
Don't do that.
He's downstairs editing a video, and so I'm running it off the computer, which actually just stopped, I think. So we're in good hands, folks. All right.
So let's kick into another one of these rooms. You know.
Yeah.
Who's driving the bus? Who's driving the bus?
Wait a minute.
Bus?
Have y'all seen? Did y'all watch Clerks?
Yes.
Did y'all see the animated version of Clerks, the little TV show that they aired for like a year?
I know of it. I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's so good. There's one episode where at the end of the episode they run out of budget, and so they have to hire a bunch of Korean animators to animate the rest of the episode.
Why is it all anime now?
And there's just a joke at the end of it, like they're in a car, like who's driving the car? And they pan back, and there's a bear driving the car. Like bear's driving the car. And I don't know why I always think of that. But yeah, nobody's driving the car right now, so
same vibes.
we're gonna
for
be
sure.
just fine. We're gonna be just fine.
Last time Grady
While,
left,
while you deal
everything
with
blew
technical
up.
difficulties, I'm
right.
gonna
I
run
did.
to the bathroom. I
So
need to
yeah.
run to the bathroom real quick if we're doing
Oh, we're not taking time out.
No? Okay.
No, we are good. We are going.
Okay, go.
Unless you want to take a break, which I guess we can. All right. We can cut this little bit out if we want to.
We can have the power go out again. We can.
But keep
Hold
the
on, let me roll.
Keep the Harry Potter stuff. I'm trying to
power
just
still
throw.
on.
I'm trying to throw Harry Potter in there.
only
You know,
a
get a little fan base
I
going.
figured we would kind of stop where the whole like Theo's got to go mess on the computer part. That's why I spoke anything at all.
We can take a little break. You run.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
You can hold it.
I can hold it for 8 hours, hon.
Oh, that's right. You're a public school teacher.
I'm a public school teacher.
I'm gonna push the door of the next room open.
Well, before you do that, you did a detect magic spell, and you did get a ping.
Okay.
you
From
get?
where? From which
I
direction?
don't know if you necessarily know that. You just detect magic.
Sheesh.
It doesn't tell you where.
Do you get any kind
I
of
received no
directionality?
information beyond the presence or absence of magic.
Yeah.
You can choose to ignore it. So I know that there's magic within
In
30 feet of
Within
me.
30 feet of you.
6.
Okay, so somewhere in one of these, most of the rooms, any of,
Pretty
okay,
much this whole
Somewhere
building.
in the fishery.
pretty much in any of the rooms
Maybe
we
it's
haven't
Aldi?
been in, including some of the rooms we have.
Thanks.
All right. I'm gonna turn
I feel-
and open this door.
I sense
Oh, and
magic.
you searched through the room, by the way.
Oh wait, no, there's not a
And-
door there.
Yeah, you did search through the room, and you didn't find anything necessarily of interest.
Okay.
Just an empty trunk, a bed that hasn't been slept in.
Okay.
This-
That's
Before you open the door, just dibs.
finders keepers.
Dibs on
We
this
just-
Oh,
room.
this room.
You want dibs
This
on
room.
this room?
You want this room?
Just as a general rule, I like to call dibs.
Finders keepers, sunshine.
I just, yeah, I respect finders keepers.
I'll
as well,
take
but
the plain
otherwise
room.
dibs.
If it's too big, I'll hand it to you, hon. There we go.
You want
Open
the front
this.
door?
I mean, that's what I see first.
It's fine. I said dibs.
I mean, it's nice. You got
Use it
doors
as a
into the
shield?
side rooms.
Oh, is it like
it's
a little
alarmingly
like,
defensible.
mud room?
Yeah, basically. So you open the door here.
Very good for a barbarian. I am ready for attacks from all directions.
Just sweep the room.
This is exactly a mudroom. There's hooks on the wall to hang up your coats. There's benches and boot racks, and
Gotcha.
but there's thick cobwebs hanging in the corners and some of the doorways.
Triggered.
Yeah.
Watch your
No,
neck, sunshine.
no spiders anywhere, or
No spiders
No
that you
large
see.
spiders,
You do
I guess.
notice over the western door, there's a few more spider webs than anywhere else.
I'm gonna go this way then.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, go in there.
Let's look at the sitting room.
To the sitting room.
Now, before you open that, dibs.
Finders keepers. Still works.
Okay, this room only has 2 doors to it. Slightly better than your first choice.
I still get the central room.
4 doors into it.
Yeah.
I mean, ghost room, room next to ghost room, 4-door room, 2-door room.
So you do open this door, it looks like, because you took the little piece
Yes, I
of
did.
black construction paper off.
Yes, I did.
It does look like an office. You see a battered oak desk standing near the center of the room. The room itself is kind of dank and dusty and damp. To pick 3 D words. You see a
Moldy.
row of cabinets behind the desk at the far wall. There's a window, like all the other windows, have been shuttered closed. But this room does have a stream of light coming through it because the shutters are a little bit ajar, like they're not hanging on properly. One of the fasteners came loose, and so there's some light coming in from the outside, the morning light. And you see several stools standing around the room as well.
No.
Damn.
So there's a desk, there's a filing cabinet, a bunch of stools.
Definitely gonna go search through filing cabinets for papers, see if there's any information, anything interesting.
Look for magical items. It's one.
I mean, you could do that.
So when you're
1
looking
in 12 chance that the magical item is in here.
looking through the room, you find a lot of gear that's used for probably the administration of the camp. You find business ledgers, writing supplies. There is a small chest that you do find in one of the drawers of the desk.
I'm in the room, toast it. I feel like Norris is gonna like a lot of stuff in this room.
I'm gonna close this.
Yeah. I'm gonna check out that chest.
Yeah, you open up the chest and it is empty.
Oh.
You probably get the sense it's probably where they kept payroll,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
but they probably cleaned up before they left.
Good to know we have an extra chest laying around in this place.
Continuing to go through it though, you do find a small box that's wax sealed in one of the drawers of the desk as well.
Important documents.
I'm gonna open it.
Yeah.
Oh, we
I say from the hallway. Yeah, open it.
Yeah.
I'm by myself
Standing
in the room
safely
going,
35 feet back.
Listen,
Everybody
I can hear
sit.
you guys from afar. I know how to play my healer now.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
I'll open it. No care in the world about anything.
You kind of pry loose, take like a knife or dagger out of your bag and open
I'll
up
grab
this.
one of my daggers and.
It's a nice little writing set.
Ooh, pretty. Mine.
Yeah. Yeah. I can hardly read.
So that's kind of what you find just looking
Sunshine,
through
we're
the
gonna
desk
work on
itself.
that. You cannot be a successful human being without being able to read. People
I can
expect
read.
you to.
I just barbarian. Not really my thing.
And you don't have to not be intelligent.
Look, it's just not for everybody, okay?
Functional reading skills. We'll deal with this later. Come on. Let's go look at the next room.
There really is a fine line between Gana and Alex.
I know, right?
It's a very fine line, guys.
And as I hear them say, we'll look at the next room.
Well, I was going to say, you searched the desk. You haven't searched anything else in the room. That was just the desk.
Oh, I'm definitely looking at the filing cabinets.
Like, do a full look.
Oh, I'm
Just
looking
look
at
through
the whole
thing.
room.
Yeah.
You
Take
just
your time,
thinking
really,
of
really
searching
hunt
through
through.
and getting papers and sticking them in her bag.
I'm looking for swords.
I need
But
to
I'm
write.
not telling anybody I'm looking for swords.
Sword? No.
You find, you're looking through the filing cabinet.
I gotta write to my kids. They're in college.
It is a bunch of kind of just paper supplies. There's a bunch of toner for the inkjet. And
Ooh, tag paper.
it's all dried
expensive.
up.
Yeah.
But you do find a rather large box in there.
Corwin, help please.
It has a little heart engraved on it.
It's got a heart. Oh, Corwin, open it. Maybe it's something for your mother.
Yeah, I'll open it. If I can.
Okay. You open it up, and it seems to be a first aid kit.
We'll take it.
So you find a couple of things in there.
Finders keepers going. Norris.
So we're gonna use. You find these little bottles, which.
Oh, how pretty.
Yeah, those are nice.
So we don't have Grady here to go full screen on me right now.
Grady?
But and then my thing died, so I can't do it either. But like these nice 3 things, which hopefully you can see in my tiny little window up here, and I can maybe find a way to show these a little bit better. These are healing potions. You find 2 first level potions and 1 second level potion.
Sweet.
So these are little cards from Paizo that I quite like. They have the kind of picture on the front, and they have the information that you need on the back for using these like consumable items. Now healing potions have different levels that you can get, and all the types are listed on the back here. What I like to do is take like a little, maybe one of those little colorful paper clips and put on there to kind of mark what's there. I don't have any handy, but we'll just say that this bigger one is the level 2 one, and these are the 2 level 1 ones. So who gets to hold these?
Well, Corwin, you found them.
I'll give them to Norris.
I mean, do you want one person to hold all of them?
Oh, I mean, I guess
Because he is able to heal without a healing potion.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe
one for each
I'll
of
give
you
2
guys.
to Gana, and I'll keep 1.
I will take
Oh, wow.
the 2 level ones, please.
It's up to y'all.
Yeah, that's
And I don't even tell Brash that there's a healing potion.
Here, I'll let you just distribute them as you want.
as he turns around to like consider his
I'm better at throwing cards than I thought.
Can't help you.
Yeah, don't knock the camera.
I know. As he turns around to like or I guess as Gana takes 2 and
Ganana just yells out, "Brash, catch!"
and I'm like I'm like in the middle of like quick draw on the sword, and then I'd be like, oh goodness, and I like catch it and bobble it, and then like get it. And I'm like, oh.
Can we get an acrobatics check on this guy?
All right.
I will do an acrobatics check for you. You want one?
Make it
Give it a go.
athletics. Make it athletics.
Did you just smash a potion?
Maybe.
No,
Wait.
hopefully
Wait.
not.
Okay.
That's a 17. So see, I can catch a potion.
You maybe bobbled it a bit. but
That was
yeah.
that was an 11 for those listening at home, not
Plus-
watching.
plus-
Plus 6. So
You also find another potion in there, which I'm just gonna tell you what it is. It is an anti-venom potion. Maybe there were some spider problems before. So an anti-venom potion.
Really should have searched this house before we got all the bags.
I mean, yeah.
It is a cloudy white liquid that helps protect against poisons. When you drink it, you can immediately attempt a DC 10 flat check to end any persistent poison damage you're taking. In addition, for 1 minute after drinking the potion, you gain a +1 bonus to fortitude saves to avoid taking persistent poison damage.
Anybody?
So whoever wants to hold on to that?
I mean, I can hold on.
yeah, I think we should give that to Norris.
That
because
one could
it's
go to
like a general medicine thing.
Yeah.
The other thing would be also of interest to Norris. You find one more thing in there: a set of expanded healers tools.
Expanded.
And expanded just means that they give you a +1 item bonus to medicine checks to stabilize, staunch bleeding, or treat wounds.
Sweet. That's helpful for us.
That is very.
And talk about things I wish we had found before we charged
We
in.
get charged into
You know?
them.
Let's go right to the big boss.
Yeah.
So,
You know, some people like that.
how much do
It's
those
more
weigh?
dramatic. How much do those weigh? As much as a regular healer's tools.
Okay.
Because it doesn't specify otherwise.
And it's just one use, or is it like
No,
one
it's
use
just a set of
continual?
things. Yeah,
Okay.
it is your ongoing new healer's tool set.
That's sweet.
That's very
That's a
nice.
+2.
+1. Good try.
+1.
Good try.
Oh.
And none of these things that we found appear to be magical in any sense.
Potions are magical.
Potions.
Oh, okay. So that's probably.
That might have
Probably
been
what
what you were
pinged you.
trying to find.
So seeing all these things, I'll be like, okay, ignore, detect magic.
You detect magic.
Next
There's
room!
still okay, and I'll look at Brash and be like, okay, so we found. Maybe we look at that other room.
Well, to
before
be
we
sure,
open the hidden
where
room?
are you
'Cause
standing when you detected right there?
Right there.
So let's see.
I'm
I'm looking everywhere, so you don't know
Before
where
I
I'm
was here-
looking. Yeah. I think you still detect magic.
okay.
Let's.
It wouldn't be either of those, so it'd be over here, maybe something in here.
Yeah, it could,
So I'll
be,
be like-
it could be in the ballroom or the dining room, I guess.
Yeah, this could be because we didn't search this room.
We haven't
Yeah.
searched that room yet.
We just learned that searching rooms
or
is
the
important.
really the
Yes,
central
very important.
bedroom.
And this has webs on it.
Well, let's pop in there. I mean, let's just do it.
Yeah, I'm not scared.
Oh,
It doesn't-
magic!
it doesn't take
and,
much to
And
convince me.
at hearing there could be more magic items in here, I'm gonna kick the door in.
All right.
Oh gosh, the number of webs here is not.
It is a lot of webs in that room. So, yeah, there's very thick cobwebs all along this long room. It is difficult to even see the details of what's in the room because there's so many webs. Along the south wall, you do see a round table that has a few chairs around it. There's a couple of sturdy wicker chairs. And yeah, there's a sconce over the wall over the table that's partially covered by a cloth. But otherwise, there's no light in the room really either.
And I don't see any spiders or see any.
Nope.
Okay, great. I'm gonna go to the sconce.
That's a very
and I'm
confident nope.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm gonna go over to the sconce and just take the rag off the.
Flame leaps up out of the sconce.
Okay, and I assume things are much more well lit now.
Yeah, things are more well lit.
Do I notice anything, in particular?
Do another perception check.
Yeah.
I will walk
Check.
over and also
worth
check.
500 silver. Expanded healer's kit.
Nice.
Oh, it is an actual item in the game? Okay, I wasn't sure if that was just something in this module or...
What was the potion called again? Anti-venom?
Anti-venom? I'll double check. That might be... I think that is specific to this module. I'm not 100% sure. Anti-venom potion. You can try to add it in Hero Lab and see what happens. Some of the creatures are in there, so if that from this adventure, so hopefully it is. Looking around the room, you don't see any movement.
Okay, cool. And where's the sconce? Just so I sort of
It is.
here.
It was over the sort of in the corner there, over the table. The other corner there. Yeah.
Oh, so right where I'm,
Yeah.
right where I was at. Okay, cool.
Okay. Corwin, darling,
That
shall we
is
go
a
do
bit
more?
unusual that you take a piece of
Yeah.
cloth off and whoosh.
That's definitely magical. Yeah, right? Like, I mean,
So ever
We
burning
can
torch?
test it. I'm gonna ignore it. You pick it up, and I'll do detect magic again.
all right, yeah.
I mean, it did. You ignore it.
Yeah, I can choose to ignore magical items that I
Okay.
know are in my area. So I
Okay.
ignore like all of the things we're holding.
Okay. And you detect magic right there.
Yeah,
You don't detect anything.
magical.
That was the magical thing.
Magical
All right.
by determining it's not magical.
Yes. Yeah.
By
By
Process
saying,
process of
elimination?
elimination.
saying what else is
It
is
seemed
around
like
it.
suddenly bursting into flames. Of course. Have we searched the rest of the room or just that
Just that.
careful
Just
careful
careful
entrance?
corner.
just that corner with
So,
the sconce.
Oh, and so the item itself, the torch, is an ever-burning torch.
Okay,
It
cool.
is,
Grab it.
not- Yeah, it's not a very uncommon item, so I can go ahead and tell you that.
I mean, I don't mind
I'm
spending a
saying
few
you're
moments
pretty
to
tall.
identify
Can
it.
you get some of those?
Yeah, I'll go through. I'll take the torch. I'll burn the cobwebs off.
Like
Yeah,
at
try
least
that.
through the entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you go up and you realize there's no heat coming off the torch whatsoever.
You man. So I'll go ahead. Yeah. I'll put the torch back into the sconce. I'll grab a regular torch. I'll take it out. I'll light it, and I'll burn the cobwebs away.
Okay, so you kind of carefully go around because you don't want to catch this wooden structure on
Yeah.
fire.
Then I was gonna stand in the doorway and kind of just watch for any kind of movement or anything reacting to you burning down stuff.
Yeah.
It appears like this was like a living room. There's a lot of sitting space. People can kind of come in here and relax. And it seems to have been taken over. It's right next to the dining room where the web lurker was. There were probably spiders hanging out in here. You get the sense maybe either they might have left when the lead worker was killed, or maybe those spiders that you encountered there with the web lurker, or the lead worker. He works hard on his lebs.
That's right. He does.
He works hard.
You said lab worker, and I was like, oh yeah, the lab worker.
So
Oh
hard.
god, I did so many
for the
lab
webs.
exercises yesterday. I'm feeling it's so bad right now. So it is a living room that
It's
is
just
now-
empty. Okay.
It is empty. Yeah, I mean this place is run down. To make this place functional when you've
Yeah.
finally cleared it out, it's going to take some work.
And these
We'll
are
get to
windows?
There are some windows. Shutters are closed.
Open the shutters.
You can open the shutters, let in a little bit more of the morning light.
I go open shutters while you.
Let's go. And I'll stand in the middle of the room and then use my little mage hand amulet that I now have to open up the shutters at the end of the room.
Tell us what that looks like.
Yeah, it's like this this armored hand that is kind of spectral, like looks like a gladiator's hand, something that would usually hold a sword. Well, it's sort of ghostly, but it's like it's kind of a ghostly gray, and it goes over and
Ostentatious. Very, very ostentatious armor.
oh, very extremely, yeah. And it's opening these shutters up.
Well, now isn't that fancy, Brash?
Well, what can I say? I've only had this mage hand for, well, like a day now.
Well, really,
Don't-
half this day.
Don't y'all think it's weird that like every time we get a magical item, Brash gets everything?
Interesting. I don't know what that's about.
I'm just saying I don't trust him,
I mean, you didn't trust him before he started getting magical items.
and there was a good reason for that.
Colin, I've won your mother's trust and love. I don't understand why you continue to push me away, but
Hey, this.
Love is one thing, trust is another. You go back to the dining room and start searching.
oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, we should.
Okay, yeah. Done.
At least before we exit.
Before we leave the main building.
Yes. Looking through the dining room,
Is the lab worker in there?
the lead worker's corpse is still there.
The body of the lab worker.
Web work. Big bad evil guy.
He has worked his last lead though. You do find a dish cabinet that has a couple of nice silver goblets that you think would be worth a little bit of money if you wanted to go and sell those.
Brash is probably already picking those up.
I say, definitely would be like a praise kind of. Is a praise?
Is a praise thing in this game? I was trying to remember this. Thing.
I don't remember if a praise was in this one or not.
I can't either. Let me check. I have so many tabs open here with some various like archives of Nethys.
I think it'd be a society check, maybe.
I'm untrained in that one though.
Let me see. Appraisal of items. Now, this is that is just a subreddit. There is a crafter's appraisal. What is this? Your knowledge of an item's construction allows you to discern the magical effects as well. You can use crafting instead of a skill associated, not its feat.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tell you what they're worth.
Yeah.
You probably have seen gauntlets before. These are worth about 20 gold pieces, as a set.
Valuable. We could keep them, have fancy goblets for fancy time. Or we could sell them.
Brash and Corwin love their fancy time.
We should definitely sell this.
We should. Absolutely. I actually have a few debts to pay. I couldn't pay for my room.
20 gold a piece, I think it was.
20 gold as a set. Jack tries really hard. It's a
My
plus 2
husband
bonus.
knows how much
just
I
right.
love.
Just write 20 gold a piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20.
Could we pay someone to magically come clean this place up? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
So it looks to me that you have, was it one more room down there?
I think just these two.
Two
Just
rooms.
the outside room.
Behind my GM screen, I can't see them.
Yeah. So you guys want to head over there and
Craft
just?
or recall
Ta-
knowledge
tally
seems
forth.
to be the,
Yeah.
What is it?
craft or recall knowledge.
Yeah, I was thinking it might be a crafting check. So, I've lost my cheat sheet. I had a cheat sheet. Oh, it's on the floor. So I can get it without falling over. There we go. So I put together a pretty nice little cheat sheet for Pathfinder skills. I don't know who did it, but thank you. All right. Yeah, recall knowledge, I guess, for a crafting check for recall knowledge.
Which I am good at both of them. So.
You feel like the main complex here has been relatively searched through.
All right.
Cool beans. To the outdoors, my
Yeah.
boys.
Yeah. Let's pop out there.
Totally. Very less ghostly outside, I feel so.
I mean, it's a
I
lot
mean-
less ghostly in here, huh?
I'll head straight out. But Coleman, why don't you open this one up? And I'll kind of nudge him and say, "What's the worst that could be in there? Another ghost? I mean, come on."
Finders keepers, Corwin.
Yeah, and with that, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll whatever.
Yeah.
Stupid sword.
Alrighty. So, one of the last rooms, correct?
See, nothing in here to see.
Please tell me there's some
Not
oozes
a big
that
deal.
we've got to fight.
I was about to say, Yana
Brash,
would definitely be
just
like
opening a
inspired
door, not
courage
that
in
big of a
that
deal.
Finders keepers.
Just me in a room by myself.
Yeah, you open the door and it's a square-shaped storage room. You see a bunch of boxes, stacks of crates, a bunch of fishing equipment, nets and fishing poles, and other fishing gear hanging from the walls. The floor itself is filthy. There's ragged, like, pieces of sack on the ground too, gnawed bits of wood.
Corwin's like looking at the fishing reels, wondering if any of them are secretly swords, like magic swords, but like not trying to indicate it. Just like, is there any magic in here?
I don't know. That's Norris's job.
I will stand equidistant between both doors and do a detect magic.
Detect magic. So you kind of stand there, send out your radar pulse. The camera pans up into the ceiling, and you can see the pulse kind of going out through the walls into the kind of this.
I imagine it looks like those
you're in
EMP
the
Yeah.
animations.
like compass rose on this one. Oh, not a compass rose.
I believe north is.
Yeah, you're on the west side of the. No, you're on the east side of the complex
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
So this pulse goes out, and you do detect magic. At that moment, Corwin also detects something. You detect.
You have to do it to him every time.
You hear this sound coming from the floor that grabs your attention. You hear this sound, and you look down, and coming out of one of the walls, you see this enormous, rabid-looking rat, and it runs right at you with its little fangs out, clawing for your ankles. And we'll see you next week.
All right.
Always you, Corwin. Always you.
It really is.
Hey guys, I think there's a magic.